Welcome to the Best Things Podcast. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to follow us on all the socials at Best Things Pod as well. Now, here are your hosts, Craig and Aaron.
Hello, internets. Welcome to the Best Things Podcast. My name is Craig. Sitting next to me, it's like he never left. First time all over again, Aaron Brooks.
Yeah.
Welcome into the pod, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful Monday if you're listening to this on release day. If you're not, hopefully whatever day you're listening to it is a lovely, lovely day. We are getting ready for cooler weather down the road. It may be much further down the road because this comes out much later, but hopefully it's not that far away. One of our favorite things to talk about as we start an episode is the weather, because we're two old men now.
Yeah, that's true.
Today, this is an episode that I'm a little bit excited about because it is not put, usually we take a very niche, not niche is the wrong word, but a very specific category of movie whenever we talk about movies and TV. This one, however, is a pretty broad range, I think, but it's specific enough that we're going to have some differing opinions, and I think we're going to agree on some. But you know the episode title already. I don't know what we're going to title this because it's actually a long description. But it's movies we wish we could watch for the first time again.
Yeah.
And I think this is an intriguing topic, personally. You have a big list?
No, I kept mine pretty minimal.
Really? I started to and then broadened it as I went.
I expanded mine a little. I was going to just try to keep it to 4.
Really?
Just to the 4 that I wanted.
Yeah.
I went ahead and added a couple more in case you take one of the ones that's on my list. But to me, this feels like a potentially smaller list, depending on what our criteria is. And that's what I asked you as we were prepping it here.
I mean, let's talk about it, because do we want to do that? Do we want to have a specific list in mind instead of, so the idea there, sorry, I was reading as I was talking. It's never a good idea for me. I can't do two things at one time. But do we want to either we're going to watch that, like erase it from our brain and watch it now at our home or wherever, whatever experience, or do we want to go back in time to when that movie first came out and watch it again fresh as it happened? Which one do you lean to?
I think the latter, in cases, erasing it from your brain.
I agree.
But also takes into account the hype that might have been surrounding it.
And that's where I was going to go, because some of mine are purely cultural. Like, it was a cultural moment I wanted to be a part of.
Right.
That I couldn't be a part of.
And I think watching it for the first time in that environment rather than watching it for maybe, because some of these that I'm thinking of came out years before I might have been born.
Right, yeah.
So the first time I saw it would have been sitting at home watching it on TV.
Exactly.
Do I want to go back and relive that moment, or do I want to go back to the theater, to the environment of when it actually came out and relive it there with the hype surrounding it?
Right. And that's
what I think.
I agree. Okay. I agree with you. So we're going to talk about that. So we would love to know. Here's the question. We'll clip this and put it on TikTok. What is a movie you wish you could watch for the first time? Which one is it? Is it one from that you love now? Or is it one that maybe you love, but it had a big twist in it, and you wish you could experience that twist for the first time? What is it? Let us know in the comments. Maybe next episode we'll read some of our favorites or reply to them here on TikTok and stuff like that, because there's a lot that you could choose from. I was going to look and see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 14. I have 14 on my list.
I have 8.
Okay. So it is, I mean, for us, that's a pretty short list.
It is.
So, and I bet they overlap. I bet I probably have at least 5 of your 8 probably on my list. So we'll see. Without further ado, let's hop into the things.
Before we can figure out the best thing, we have to talk about all the things. It's time for the thing about the things.
You guys know how this goes. We're going to talk about things and randomly slap that Taco Bell bell and add those things into an 8-team bracket. 8-team, not 18. We're going to add them. We each get 4. We put them on a bracket. We narrow it down NCAA or college football playoff style. It's hard to believe that the college football playoff now has more spots than our bracket does.
It does, yeah.
And then we're going to find out which one is actually the best. And it gets the distinct pleasure of going up against brisket. So there you go.
And brisket is
A 4-time champion.
Yep. It will enter the
Maybe. You don't
Bestie
know
for the Resty Hall of Fame
You don't
if it
know.
wins today.
You don't know. Okay, here we go. Let's dive into it. First up, I am going to... you mind if I go first on this one?
No. Go ahead.
Because I think I'm probably going to say one that is on both of our lists.
Okay.
I feel safe in saying this.
Okay.
One, The Sixth Sense.
Yep, that was one on my list for sure.
Where would you have put it? Because I'm going to slap it at number 1 right now.
It would not be number 1 on my list. It would probably be 3rd or 4th.
Really?
Yeah.
Of your 4?
Of my 4, probably
Wow, that's surprising.
probably 3rd.
Wow. I feel like moving it now, just in
Maybe
case.
4th.
Be safe. Keep it in the game a little bit longer. I'm going to play the game and move it to 2. I don't think I can go any lower than 2. But I want to play the game a little bit. I'm going to put it number 2. Because there's another one I could easily see going number 1. So, Sixth Sense was fantastic.
Yeah.
I do remember it was not spoiled for me. Was it ever spoiled for you before you watched it?
I mean, I knew the line.
You did?
I knew that line, but I don't guess.
It came out in 1999.
Yeah.
So you would have been what, 9?
I'd have been 10,
10?
9 turning 10.
I was 14.
I probably didn't see it until I was 14, 15 years old.
Really?
So it was
I think
several
I remember
years.
seeing it the year it came out.
Okay.
I don't think we went to theaters. I know we didn't go to theaters.
I remember people saying the line, "I see dead people."
Spoiler alert. In case you don't know.
20
A 25-year-old movie.
later. So I remember knowing that line, but I don't know that I really ever connected it. So it was still a twist.
Yeah. It is. You go back and rewatch that movie now. Like, even knowing what happens, it's entertaining. It's
it
not
is.
like it lost anything.
No.
It's still a fantastic movie. In fact, you go back and watch, you're starting to look for it. You're trying to find stuff.
Yes.
You know, you're trying to see the hitting meanings. And
Yes.
I always remember going, how did I miss that?
Yeah. Yeah.
The signs were all there the whole time.
I think though it would be fun to be able to go back to 1999
yeah.
and sit in the theater and experience that.
We want to go back as ourselves, right? Like how we are right now in our 30s. We don't need to go back.
No, I don't want to go back to the age that I would have been.
Yeah.
I just want to transport myself right now to that moment
Absolutely.
and experience it.
Yeah. We were young then, I guess, but I don't know about the hype. You know, was it? I wonder if it was hyped up as this big movie, or it kind of came in kind of slow and indie. Because this was M. Night's first big splash, right?
Was it in '99?
I don't know.
Let's see. Yes, because Signs would have come out after that.
Yeah, all the ones I remember came out.
Lady in the
after
Water
that.
would have come out after that.
Let's see, film career. He had a student film playing, Praying with Anger. Oh, no, hold on. That's not right.
He garnered, right there it was, he garnered international attention when he wrote and directed 1999's film The Sixth Sense starring Bruce Willis. So that's kind of what put him on the map.
Yeah. I was trying to look. They don't have this quite in chronological order.
Do they just have his filmography listed somewhere?
That's what I was going to go look. Filmography. Here we go. He did Wide Awake.
That's one I don't remember.
I do remember.
I don't know. I've seen
I
it.
know about that movie. I don't remember it, but yeah, Sixth Sense, very early on in his career.
Then you had Unbreakable.
Yeah, he
Signs,
went
The
on
Village,
a run.
and then he kind of just.
He dropped off.
Where did he drop off?
Everybody expected the twist, and I think that hurt him. Like they
Right.
knew there was going to be some twist. I think he could not live up to the expectation he had.
The Happening was,
Arguably one of his After Earth was awful. I don't remember The Visit.
I don't remember it either. Split was good.
Split and Glass
was good.
They tied back to Unbreakable, which were very good. Old was decent.
I have not seen it.
It gets some hate. There are some really dumb moments, cheesy moments, but it's not bad.
And what is
Knock at the Cabin? I don't know.
Don't know that.
Trap, I have heard great things about, though.
I have not seen that one.
Supposedly, Trap is a different movie for him.
Okay.
It's instead of having this big, it's not going to be like super suspenseful in the ways that we know. It's more like it's a little bit more of an action movie. It apparently is it's like if supposedly the main character, I don't remember who it is right now, the main character is a serial killer. It's Josh Hartnett. He's a serial killer, but nobody knows it. He takes his daughter to go to some big concert. The concert is, I think, actually a sting to get him.
Oh.
So there's thousands of people there to see this artist, and it's all a ruse
Just
to get
for
him.
him.
So he's trapped in the arena. He
Okay.
can't leave because there's police everywhere. So it sounds very interesting, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Sixth Sense.
You will have the opportunity to see Trap for the first time.
That's a very good point.
You have that. Is it out?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
It comes out later. Sixth Sense, though, Bruce Willis, Haley Joel Osment. Is it Osment or Osment? It is Osment. It's great. So everybody knows about Sixth Sense. We don't have to keep talking about it.
Yep.
What do you got?
I want to take Top Gun Maverick.
Really? I didn't even have that on my list.
I wasn't sure if you did or not. This is a recent one.
This is very recent.
I have watched it multiple times.
I think all mine are at least 10 years old.
This one was what, 2022?
Yeah. This is the one that really brought movies back.
It
post-COVID.
did. And I've watched it 3 times. But that is one of those movies that I remember watching for the first time and just feeling the rush and the thrill.
Yeah.
I mean, edge of your seat. Just they jumped out of the gate with that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it was an adrenaline packed. It was one of those you left the theater like you're driving home from the theater, acting like you're in a cockpit of a fighter jet.
You just want to hammer down on that thing.
Full tilt boogie, left lane.
Yeah, absolutely. You felt a sense of American pride when you walked out of
Absolutely.
that movie.
And it has been confirmed they are making another one.
That scares me.
Yeah, I know, doesn't it?
That scares me.
Glenn Powell is coming back to it. We know that.
'Cause all of the other movies that I have are also older movies.
Yeah.
This one being so recent, but I just remember because I hadn't felt that
Right.
just incredible sense
Yeah.
that I had with that one. And so I would love to go back and just experience that for the first time again.
Yeah. I mean, where do you want it? We didn't even
We didn't
decide.
even talk about that. I want it third.
Okay. Right up against Sixth Sense already.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's man. You are right. That anticipation, because that was one of those that's like several of these on the list, cultural.
Yes.
Everyone, like, I remember when it came out, like, I couldn't watch it right away, I think. I had to wait just a little bit, and I could not wait to go watch it. Could not wait. I
Did we watch that one together?
don't
think we did.
I don't think we did.
I think I saw it before you
I
did.
think you did.
Yeah.
I think we went during the week. Like, I think we had something going on that weekend,
Okay.
and I think we went on like a Tuesday, because like I don't want to wait all week long to go watch this again later. I need to get to the theater right now. And there's those kinds of movies like, Deadpool and Wolverine are out right now. And
Right.
That's what a lot. Twisters just came out.
Yeah.
That was kind of one of those. Everyone's talking about it. You kind of get the feeling movies are coming back again. And you want to be a part of it. That's what I love most about the theaters.
Maverick was one of those movies, though. I had multiple friends that after they saw it for the first time went back to theaters 2 and 3 times to rewatch the movie in the first 2 or 3 weeks that the movie was out.
Yeah.
And you don't generally do that with movies.
No.
That was just one that felt so amazing. And as soon as it was available for digital download, I bought it. And I've rewatched it. And it's good, but it does not translate to watching it. I forget what we saw it in. RPX, I think. But
I think we may have watched it in IMAX.
okay. To see it felt different on that screen.
Yes. That's one that does have the value of watching on a big screen.
Oppenheimer we went and saw.
Did not need to be.
I don't know what the hype about the IMAX,
either.
it was so hyped.
It was to make money. Let's be honest.
Absolutely.
Like they hype it up so they can make the money.
It would not. I could watch it on our monitor right now and be just fine.
Absolutely.
But while Top Gun Maverick is good on the small screen,
Oh man,
I would not want to see it for the first time at home.
that's a great way to put that.
Don't want to see it the first time
because you got sweeping landscapes, the adrenaline rush of the jets moving, the
you get the
explosion,
surround
everything.
sound,
Oh my gosh,
all
yes.
of it, just the roar of the jets.
Yeah.
You felt like you were there.
Yeah,
And I want to experience that again.
absolutely. Okay. I'm gonna take. Oh man, there's one on here that I could put number 1, and I think you're gonna take it if I don't. So I'm gonna do it. My second number 1.
Second number 1.
I want to go ahead and take Avengers Endgame
Okay.
at number 1.
Okay. I did not have Endgame on my list.
Did you not?
Endgame was not there.
Do you regret it now?
I don't.
Really? You talk about a movie that had hype around it.
Yep.
Like you didn't want to be a second weekend watcher on this one.
Nope.
When did we watch this one together?
Yep.
And
We sure did.
We watched it the opening weekend. I don't know if it was opening night.
No.
We may have went on
It
Saturday.
opened on like Thursday, and we
Yeah.
went Saturday, I
We
think.
went Saturday. Our experience was fine,
Yes.
but it was not as good as some other people had.
Yeah, I was hoping for one of those
I
experiences.
was too, and that's one reason. Like there was so much built up around it. The movie was incredible. Had lots of twists and turns in it. Stuff that made you go, "Oh my goodness!" I want to go back for the first time and be part of that. I want to be in the theater where people are freaking out.
Yes.
They get to see it. Now, I do think me and my 38-year-old self would go back and go, "Hey, I want to listen to it. Y'all be quiet.
Right.
Like, don't go too long, but I want to be part of that experience. I want to be part of the magic. I want to be in that movie theater again and see, here on your left, and everybody just lose their freaking minds, seeing all the stuff, and that one on a big screen like that deserved it as well. Did we watch it in IMAX? I don't know.
No,
We didn't watch
we
it in
didn't.
IMAX. We just went to Breckenridge.
Yeah,
or
we went to
something.
Breckenridge.
So to see it on a giant screen would have been really nice.
It would have. And I'm going to go ahead and say this because I'm not going to add this one to my list now. But Infinity War is the one that I had as going back to rewatch it. I thought that it's hard to pick between the two. I was between Infinity War and Endgame.
So I've made it clear on here. I think I like Infinity War as a movie better. But the hype around Endgame, the theater experience around Endgame, although when that was the end, the credits roll. I don't see those on TikTok, so I don't know what the reaction was like in that moment.
Yeah.
Just stunned silence.
Yeah.
But you could put them you could put them together for all I care because they're that close.
I mean, it's like a part 1 and part 2.
really, yeah.
It's a 2-part.
That's exactly
film.
what it is.
So either way, I'm happy with either of those being on there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that maybe the hype surrounding Endgame would definitely be higher.
Mm-hmm. which we need to say this at the jump. Okay, we were just talking about it before we went on air. Was some big news in the Marvel world. I don't know if you have another Marvel. This was the only Marvel movie I had.
Yeah, it's the only one I've got.
So I figured now's the best time to talk about it. RDJ coming back to the Marvel universe. And I wonder if Avengers Doomsday that comes out next year. That's hard to believe. They have not started filming this thing yet. And it comes out next year. I think Christmas next year, December. If that is going to have the same kind of buzz around it. It's got to, right? Because Fantastic Four, which also comes out next year,
yep.
They just started filming that one.
Yep.
So
the MCU needs some hype around it.
yeah.
It needs something to kind of kickstart this thing and get it rolling again.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it.
Maybe it is. We talked about RDJ coming back off air, but like what I don't know if I got your opinion on it. Where you stand on him coming back?
I'm excited for it.
Are you?
Erica was not. She was like, "Oh no, this is a bad move. Don't come back." I want to see him. I want to see him back.
Do you think he'll be good as a bad man? He's gonna be a bad guy. We're gonna have to hate him.
Yes. I mean, in Iron Man, you kind of have to start out not like. I mean, he's just got a little of that arrogance
Very
about
arrogant.
it. I think he's going to be easy to dislike.
Yeah. You think he's going to be like Loki? Because Loki was a bad guy who everyone loved.
Right.
Like he was just a favorite character.
Yeah.
But I mean, Doom has to be evil. Like he's one of the biggest bads in the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
So like taking a guy you love, that's going to be I'm interested. I'm very interested how they're going to do it, but I'm also, and I'm confident in the Russo brothers, confident in RDJ to do it, but it's cautious optimism. Anyway,
here's the next one for my list would be The Prestige.
that was on my list as well. Where do you want it?
I think I want it number 4.
Okay.
I think I want it number 4. This is one I saw on watched at home for the first time.
Right. Yeah. Same here.
The twist ending.
Mm-hmm. Spoiled for you ahead of time?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about the movie. I don't remember when it came out. Early 2000s, feels like.
We can look that up.
03, 04, 05, 06, somewhere in there, maybe. Maybe closer to 06.
06, exactly.
Yeah. This is one, though, I would like to have seen, I think, in theater with people.
Yeah. I don't remember a lot of hype around this one.
I don't either.
I watched this. I think I watched this on TV.
Let's see. This movie features Hugh Jackman.
Yes. It's Hugh Jackman, Christian Bale, Michael Caine, Scarlett Johansson.
The usual Christian Bale, Michael Caine team up with
David Bowie, Andy Serkis.
And this is one of our favorites.
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan.
I know. I mean, honestly, you can insert most Christopher Nolan movies in here.
You could.
I feel like we got to pick only one or two, but I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4 listed on my list here.
I think I've got 4.
We probably have the same 4.
But the Prestige, to be able to go back and see it's a great rewatch.
It is. Oh, every time. I love
But
it.
to be able to go back, sort of with like the Sixth Sense, not knowing what's coming at the end of it,
Yeah.
just to get that reveal.
Mm-hmm. And when I rewatch The Prestige, which I do at least once a year, I don't see it's not as noticeable as The Sixth Sense is. Like Shyamalan put obvious, like you rewatch it, it's obvious.
Yes.
Prestige, you kind of have to really dig to see.
Yes.
You don't realize, spoiler alert, that they're twins.
Right.
You don't realize that. You do, but it's not as obvious.
Mm-mm.
Like, and I mean, it's just great hearing like Scarlett say, you mean it today.
Yeah.
You mean it today when you say you love. I mean, that's just so creative. Or not Scarlett. Scarlett doesn't say that. Who is it that says that? Rebecca Hall. Sarah Borden's character.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Because the twin is the one that falls in love with Scarlett. Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale worked very well together.
So really,
They had great chemistry.
Yes.
Is that the only time they've worked together? I believe so. But, Christian and Michael Caine have worked together many times with
everything.
Christopher Nolan.
Yes.
They obviously have good chemistry. But yeah, I mean, with a twist, being able to see that for the first time in a theater would be great.
Yeah. And I don't know that it necessarily needs the big screen more than just sort of the
communal.
The communal watching together of that, because it's great watching it on your TV.
Right.
But just to have that experience with everybody together.
Yeah. I'm going to take Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
I'm going to put it at 3.
That one I almost put on my list and then decided not to. This was before we had determined how we were doing this. So if it was just me going back to rewatch it the first time,
right.
Already knew. But if I'm going back in time, this was huge for the country. I wasn't around.
No, yeah. I mean, this was before our time.
This was what, 1980?
We can find that out too. The big thing for me, 1980. When the first time I watched it, Luke, I Am Your Father was already a thing.
Yes.
It was cultural at that point.
Yes.
So I went into it knowing at some point in the Star Wars universe, I'm going to find out Luke is his father.
It was no secret.
I would have loved to have been in the theater with all those other nerds whenever that line came out.
And we don't have any reactions, I don't guess, to that.
No, you don't have any of that. You don't have theater reactions, but I can imagine it's in-game level.
Yeah.
I mean, because the prequels hadn't come out. Nobody knew this. This was brand new information. So I would have loved to been there.
And this is one after the hype surrounding it after A New Hope.
Mm-hmm.
Because people really didn't know. They weren't hyped about A New Hope the way that they were Empire Strikes Back.
It had zero expectations.
Yeah, none.
But Empire did.
And there were like people lining up for this, waiting to get into theaters, camping out for it. It was a huge thing in our culture in 1980 when this happened.
You can expect a Star Wars episode pretty soon because I have just been rewatching the entire canon. And so I've got one film left. I've watched them all before, but I'm rewatching, and so I've got thoughts. But you can obviously tell a jump in quality also from New Hope to Empire because they actually had money that time.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, and in some ways, when I just rewatched it not too long ago, I felt because it had been a long time since I had watched it, so I had some of those other parts of it, emotions going through, like, oh yeah, I forgot about that, or oh, I forgot about that. But to be there in that moment for the very first time, when he's dangling off of that whatever it is, that walkway, and just saying, "I'll never trust you, I'll never do this," and you can tell now rewatching it, like that voice from James Earl Jones is desperately trying to save his son. It's amazing to go back and watch it because he's trying to save his kid. And to put that reveal out there, then just to watch him just fall. It was so good. Oh my gosh, it was so good.
Yeah, that would be.
I might have to
Where did you put that?
I've got it 3. I might have to move that up. I think I'm moving everything down 1 and moving Empire up to 1.
Because I just feel like for what was going on in the culture and the significance of that film, it would be big.
Yeah, Empire's going 1.
The next one I'm taking, I'm going back to Christopher Nolan.
Okay.
And I'm going to Inception.
Yeah, I knew you were going to go Inception.
I'm going to Inception. I remember watching this one for the first time. This is one of those movies that the more times you watch it, the more things you catch and understand. But then at the same time, you can't erase what you have then seen and know. And being able to go back in time and see, I remember how blown my mind was after watching it for the first time.
Yeah.
and I can't ever get that back.
You can't.
And I want that
Because
back.
visually it's stunning. The storytelling is stunning. You're like, your
Yes.
brain's a little bit melted, you know?
Because you're trying to follow along. You're like, okay, I'm trying to keep up with what's going on. And you sort of understand it. And you're just, what did I just see?
Because you didn't know what to expect walking into it. You knew it was this crazy world. And because all the trailers, I remember watching the trailers, you see the buildings flipping inward and moving, kaleidoscoping. And you're like, this is going to be a wild ride. But you didn't know that kind of level. That kind of, it went that deep.
Yes.
So to go back and say, hey, Pat, it's going to be crazy. Just prepare
Buckle
your
up.
mind. Yeah. Because I'm trying to think what before that was really Dark. Was Dark Knight before Inception?
No. Inception was 2010, if I remember right. Dark Knight was 2012, I think.
Was it? Okay.
You'll have to check that, but that's my recollection is 2010 for Inception.
So there wasn't much then before Inception.
You had The Prestige.
Right.
That had sort of that layered component to it.
You had Batman Begins.
Yes, Batman Begins would have been what?
Dark Knight was before Inception.
Batman Begins was like 05?
Batman Begins is 05, Prestige 06, Dark Knight 08, Inception 2010.
Oh, I was saying Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
It was 2012, yeah.
So, but, Prestige has a twist. So you knew there would be something in there.
Yes.
But he hadn't gotten into the... Now we got Interstellar and Tenet.
You have more of the world building stuff going on.
So before that, he had been building off of another person's world.
Yes.
Old school superhero. This was his really first unique world building movie.
Yeah.
So you went into it completely blindsided.
And since then, with Interstellar, Tenet, things like that, it's just kind of...
You know what to expect now.
He's built off of Inception with those films.
I will say when you watch Tenet, you didn't quite know what to expect.
No.
You knew it was going to involve time.
That one I had to rewatch as well to understand
watch
more of it.
3 or 4 times, and I still don't get half of it.
I don't either. It's a good movie.
It's a great movie.
I almost would put Interstellar in this.
See, I was going to, but I don't want to include too many Christopher Nolan movies. So I'm just going to refrain from putting Interstellar in here. I would love to go back and watch it again for the first time.
Yeah.
In a theater. I don't know that I watched it in a theater.
I didn't.
I don't remember. It's been a minute. But I don't think I did. I watched Ad Astra in theaters, and I wish I would not have. That was a terrible movie.
Awful.
But to see that world on that big screen, and to be part of that wouldn't have been a very big cultural thing. Like the crowd's not going to gasp and go crazy about it, but just to have that theater experience and just to be blown away for the first time, Yep. On really, you could insert your Christopher Nolan movie of choice, to be honest, except Oppenheimer. Well, I take that back. I wish I could go back and watch Oppenheimer for the first time because our experience was terrible.
We didn't have the best experience.
We did not have a great theater experience.
We did not.
So I would love to go back because it was very hyped, So I would love to go to a better movie theater experience with a clear mind and maybe just us dudes.
That would probably help.
No offense to the wives, but at least mine, it was just not her cup of tea. So
And it wasn't Erica's favorite by any stretch of the imagination.
where do you want that? I don't know that we said where you were going to put that. We didn't.
Did we not?
No.
What do I have?
You've got 1 and 2.
I guess I want it. I guess I want it second.
Okay.
I may move it to first, depending on what happens here. But I just remember how I felt after seeing that one for the first time.
Yeah.
And I would like to go back and recapture that magic.
I have 1 spot left. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not going to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 10 left. I want to take one of these off. Dark Knight, I'm going to take it off my list here too. Again, I think you could put any Christopher Nolan movie in that spot. In either of our spots. Well, you have both of them. But yeah, Dark Knight, I went to the theater back-to-back nights in IMAX to watch that one.
Wow.
So it was a big deal for me. I mean, I'm a huge Batman fan, so I remember I went. I think me and Lauren went, and then I took a student in our youth group. The next night we went and watched it. So it was just, I mean, again, cultural, big movie, just incredibly well done. So props to Dark Knight, but we're not going to include it. I'm torn on which one I want next, but I am going to take another movie with a twist. I think all of my remaining ones, except for one, have twists in them. At my 4 spot, I'm going to take 7.
Oh. Let's see. I'm trying to remember this one. Brad Pitt,
Morgan Freeman. They're cops. Pitt's kind of a rookie cop.
Is it a serial killer?
Yeah, there's somebody going through down. He's murdering people in the forms of the 7 deadly sins.
Okay.
So you've got a gluttonous person and adult, all that kind of stuff.
Is this the one with the box at the end?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box? And spoiler alert, it ends up being his wife's head.
I hated the ending of this.
You did?
I hated the ending.
Kevin Spacey, Gwyneth Paltrow. It's a great cast.
I mean, why would you root for that kind of ending?
I mean, I don't root for the bad guy, but I mean, it was a twist. That's just kind of like a, oh my gosh, they really went there.
It was
kind of ending. The whole movie
it
was
just feels like a
fantastic.
gut punch, though. At the
It
end,
was. It was a gut punch.
just to end on.
I
want to
relive the pain again. It was, but it was just such a, oh my gosh, that movie. That's one I watch. That's a yearly watch as well. I need to watch it again. I have not watched it this year yet. No, not so much for you.
It's a good movie.
It's a great movie.
The ending, I just have trouble getting past that because I don't like movies that end that way. I really don't.
Yeah, because it doesn't resolve.
No,
It's not like, oh, we're gonna go, we're gonna avenge. No, it's just over.
it felt like there needed to be a part 2. I want to know what happens.
I know. So I mean, yeah, they got the guy, but like, damage has been done.
Yeah.
You know. What else you got?
Okay, I want to give an honorable mention.
Okay.
I would like to shout out National Treasure
Of course.
because I have watched this movie so many times. I was going to put it on the other night, and Erica griped about it.
Not again, Aaron.
And I would love to go back and recapture the magic of watching this for the first time.
Yeah.
It was, I love the movie so much.
I'm guessing you didn't watch it in theaters, or did you?
No, I didn't.
So get to watch it in theaters.
Yeah, I'd go to the theater to watch that.
That sounds like it would have been probably because that was a Disney movie, right?
Yeah.
So they would have probably hyped it up pretty good. Then.
I'm sure it was. I'm trying to remember. I mean, I was around for the launch of it.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I don't remember that. I remember watching it for the first time when it came out on DVD, getting it, and man, just immediately fell in love with it from the beginning. And I mean, it's had my heart for let's see, probably 22 years. I'm going to guess. You have it pulled up?
I don't, but
I'm going to guess 2003.
Here, hold on. We're just going to start asking Siri. When did National Treasure come out?
National Treasure was released on November 19th, 2004.
2004. Okay.
2004.
Man, I remember it. So I'm going to give that a shout out. Honorable mention.
But you're not going to take it.
I'm not going to take it just because I don't think that that's probably one that you care about rewatching for the first time.
Don't really know.
How many times have you watched it?
2 or 3 times.
Okay.
Yeah.
So probably not the 50 plus,
No,
100
definitely
plus
not,
that
no.
I've seen it.
Lauren put it on a couple of months ago. She put it on. And that was probably the second or third time I watched it. Maybe the third time.
I put it on. Erica complained. And so then I put on The Day After Tomorrow,
Oh.
and she griped about that as well.
She was just not in the mood.
So we rewatched The Art of Racing in the Rain.
I don't know that I know that one.
Yeah, oh,
I don't know that I know that one.
okay. You need to watch The Art of Racing in the Rain.
The Art of Racing in the Rain.
This is it's on Disney Plus. I don't know if it was Disney or not.
Who was in this film? The Art of Racing in the Rain. Patrick Dempsey. Is this the film?
Yeah, that's the film.
2019.
Yep.
Is this a sad dog movie? Is this like Marley and Me or Old Yeller or something?
Well, the story, the dog tells the story. Kevin Costner is the voice of the dog.
Okay, I'm glad you said that because I'm thinking.
Kevin Costner plays the voice of the dog.
Is he doing that?
And so the movie is told from the dog's perspective of life.
That's not Patrick
And
Dempsey.
no, that's not. That's the guy who plays
Milo Villamil.
Yeah, he played it Peter in Heroes, I believe.
Vinta
Yeah, I cannot pronounce his name.
You can never say his last name.
I was thinking, is Patrick Dempsey in it?
I don't. That was what Google
Okay.
said, but I don't see Patrick Dempsey's name anywhere here on IMDb. I trust that a lot more than Google.
This, like I said, is,
Gary Cole's in it. Okay.
Yeah.
I like me
Disney
some Gary
Plus.
Cole. Amanda Seyfried.
Does it say, was it a Disney movie? Does it say? Who? I don't know. But that's where it
I
is.
don't know where that would be.
As you have said before, there are
Movies and films. Because I still get flack over that. I get half the people that I tell that to, they go, look at me like you are an idiot. And the other half go, I totally get it, bro. There's a difference between movies and films. What can I say?
there are not many. And maybe there's more than what I know about, but I think that you have said that there is one movie that has caused you to cry.
Yes, that's true.
Um,
One, a Bruce Willis vehicle named Armageddon.
Armageddon. Yes. This movie.
No way. At least I'm crying to a manly movie.
I know.
I'm crying to end of the world, destruction, a dad longing for his daughter.
I tried so hard to play this off. And Erica was like, "Are you crying?" I was like, "No, I'm not crying."
Was this the first time you had seen it?
The first time I saw it.
Okay, you had a kid. Is there parent? Is there something involved with a parent?
Sorta.
Dog owner? Is that what's going on here?
You need to watch this movie, okay?
You want to know if I want to cry at it.
I am interested to know. We'll find out how cold your heart is.
Do you cry at any other movies, or is this the one movie you've cried at?
To my knowledge, this is the only movie that I have ever shed a tear at.
So, scoreboard. Craig cried at Armageddon. Aaron cried at The Art of Dancing in the Rain.
Racing.
Sorry, Racing in the Rain.
Yeah, racing. A race car is a lot cooler than dancing.
That's true. And listen, if you're out there, no offense if you cry at movies. That's fine. That's just, neither one of us are really
Big
emotional
emotional.
guys.
No, not really.
So it's
But I was like sitting up, we were watching this at home several months ago. So we've just seen it recently. And I've watched it a couple times now because it's really good.
yeah.
And man, the ending just gets me. It does. But I was sitting up, and Erica was
So
kind of
somebody
behind us on the
dies.
couch. Yeah, there's death in the movie.
Yeah.
There's death, but it's a good movie. It's a family movie.
Yeah.
Kids are welcome to watch this. But I was sitting up. Erica was kind of behind me on the couch. And so I'm like trying to and she's like looking up around like, are you crying? Yeah, no. Yeah.
I'm yawning.
But
You want to go back and watch that for the first time? Is that your number one?
That was the other one that I was going to give an honorable mention to.
Got you.
Just because it pulled an emotion out of me
Yeah.
that I can't think of another movie ever causing that to happen.
That's a good point.
So it felt like, man, I could almost put that on there.
You still have your number one.
Oh, I
left.
still have my number.
You
That's
still
where I
have
was.
number one.
Okay, that's where I was going.
You want me to list some of mine off and see if any of them match?
I've got two left
Okay.
on my list that I'm kind of torn on what I would take as number one.
Okay.
And it's either Shawshank Redemption.
That's on my. Okay. I'm going to boot 7 off
Okay.
because I have a feeling I want to take one of these if you don't.
Okay.
So Shawshank is definitely on my list.
And the other one that I had is Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
This is a movie. I just finished reading J.D. Vance's book, Hillbilly Elegy, of which there was a movie made with the same title. Tells the story of his life growing up in the poor region of Appalachia, Kentucky, Ohio, that area. And he says in his book, Saving Private Ryan, he will only watch it with like 2 or 3 people because he cries every time he watches it. And he's like, it's just not right to sit and cry, but this one causes him to cry. Yeah. So, I can kind of understand that. This movie, and it puts me right there at the edge.
Right.
Because it just gets you. But this is one I would love to go back and see for the first time again.
Yeah.
Just the storytelling of Saving Private Ryan from start to finish.
Plus, it's in a theater, big
With
picture.
Yes.
This was
World War II setting. 99, 98?
98.
Yeah.
So, I mean, neither one of us are really old enough to really appreciate it at that
I
point.
think at my age right now to go back and experience that would really appreciate it.
I think we would walk away just minds blown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I was torn between Shawshank and Saving Private Ryan. I'm leaning towards Shawshank.
Okay.
Do you have input on?
If you didn't take Shawshank, I was prepared to take it.
Is Shawshank worthy of a number 1 spot? Is my question.
So that is, I don't know. Shawshank is my favorite movie.
It's incredible.
It is number 1 for me. But I don't know that it's, as far as like movies I want to go back and watch for the first, like it doesn't have a huge twist. It's got some,
doesn't,
but it's not like this grand visual spectacle. I enjoy it just as much now as I did the first time I watched it.
Right.
That's the only reason I left it off of my initial bracket.
So if you were ranking it, where would you put it?
It's going to go in the 3 spot if you don't take it, for me.
Then let me ask you, do you think Saving Private Ryan is a big enough movie that it's worthy of a 1 spot?
Of a 1, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I will say it's more worthy than Shawshank.
Why?
And I think other than...
Do you have something on your list that you would rather take over Shawshank?
I don't think so. Not on my list.
Okay. Why don't you take Shawshank then?
Okay. I have some that could also go in this spot, but I don't think any that I would put above it.
You take Shawshank. I'm going to take Saving Private Ryan.
Okay.
But I'm going to move Inception to number 1.
Gotcha.
And I think I'm going to put Saving Private Ryan number 2. Because it doesn't have the twist that Inception has to it.
Right, yeah.
But it's just such a solid movie. And then, as you said, going back to experience that at this age in theater with the war, the explosions, all of this stuff, I think it would be a great movie to go experience for the first time.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that is very well said. Some other ones I had on my list, I'll go ahead and give you the couple that I was close to putting there. The Shining. I love The Shining. It's got great twists. It's a great, scary movie. I would love to watch it again for the first time. It was not like a big cultural thing. I don't think at that moment it wasn't like, it was super hyped and all of that kind of stuff. So I personally would love to go watch it again for the first time and just get to enjoy that movie again for the first time. But as far as like, big twist, all that kind of stuff, it does affect. Another one that does have a huge twist in it, Shutter Island.
I have never seen it.
That's the reason it's not on this bracket right now at number 4 for me, because it has just a big old twist at the end of it.
So I can experience this one for the first time.
You can experience this one for the first time. No, I mean, there's a twist coming, but yeah, you can absolutely experience this. And you should. I've said this before. That needs to be a required watch for you.
Okay.
You do not need to we're getting into the fall season. You don't need to let October go by without watching Shutter Island.
Because you know how Erica feels about...
This is not like gory kind of scary.
Okay.
It's not like that kind of scary. It's suspenseful.
Okay.
So if you like other movies like that have suspense in it, you're going to love it. Fight Club, another one. Big twist in there. Would love to have seen it for the first time. Again, a little young when it first came out. Would love to have gone back, watch it for the first time. This adult brain I have, enjoy it the way it was. Knives Out. Just again, I love movies that have twists, and I you watch it again the second time. It's still a great movie. Would love to go back. Let's see what else. The Matrix. You were not a huge Matrix fan though, were you?
No.
It was so cultural though. Like it was everything and everywhere.
Yeah.
And I was again, you're talking. These are all late '90s movies. So I'm a young teenager, and I would love to go back as an older person, watching it for the first time, being part of everything that was going on. Of course, I mean, I don't know if your church culture did this, but there were so many churches and youth groups that used the Matrix as a parallel to scripture and stuff like that. So I would like to get away from all that kind of stuff, have that out of my brain when I watch it, that's what I would like to do. Let's see what else I have. Okay. I felt like all of these were pretty heavy movies, so I had to add a couple comedies.
Okay.
Did you have any comedies at all?
I didn't.
So I would love to either go back and watch Anchorman or Talladega Nights for the first time.
Okay.
And just go experience those for the very first time.
If I had to choose a comedy like that, I could choose Anchorman. I could choose The Other Guys.
Oh, The Other Guys.
I mean, you know how much we have laughed at that. I mean, we die still watching that.
I watched that one in theaters. I remember going and watch that one.
Okay. That would be worthy of it. I mean, I would choose maybe to go back and see Toy Story.
Yeah. I don't know that we went to the movies to watch. I can't remember, actually. I do remember the first movie I watched. I don't know if it was the first movie I watched in theaters, but it was the first movie I took my parents to go watch. Was Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. That's the first movie-going experience I remember as a kid, was going to see Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. But Anchorman, Talladega Nights, I mean, you could pick your Will Ferrell movie from the mid to early aughts. I mean, they were all great.
So the other thing, I didn't write any of these down, but in my head, I was thinking, okay, I do have a category of Christmas movies I wish I could go back and see. Love to go back and watch Elf.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
I'd love to go back and watch It's a Wonderful Life.
That's what I was going to say.
But it came out, didn't it come out in the...
it came out 1942.
Didn't it come out like in summer?
Yes.
Or did they just film it in summer?
No, I'm pretty sure it came out in summer.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a Christmas release.
Yeah. So that would be weird.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Knowing what we know now, going back and watching
Yes.
a Christmas movie, you would love it. A Christmas movie in the middle of the year.
It's a Wonderful Life, though, and
Die Hard?
White Christmas were the two that I was like, I wish I could go back into the 40s
Yeah.
and experience.
Yeah.
I think that would be pretty wild.
Experience movies in the 40s would be wild. That'd be an experience.
Yeah. Like, what kind of reaction do they get?
Yeah. We have a filled bracket. Was there anything else on your list that we didn't cover? Didn't talk through?
I took all of the ones off of my list.
Really?
Yeah, we checked all of them off. I talked about them all.
Cool. All right. Well, we have full brackets. Let's do the dang thing, shall we?
If you want to be the best, you have to beat the rest. This is the Best Things Bracket.
All righty. What movie would you... let me try that again. What movie, if you could, would you go back and watch for the first time all over again? Go back in the Wayback Machine, back in time, and watch these movies for the first time. We got to figure out which one is the best one of all times. And I have a discrepancy in mine.
You have a discrepancy?
Yeah. I did it wrong. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. Round number 1. Inception versus The Sixth Sense. Yes, I started Sixth Sense all the way at 1 and I moved it down to 4.
Wow. Wow.
Inception, Sixth Sense. 3, 2, 1. Sixth Sense.
Inception. Wow.
Yeah. I want that twist, man. I have to at least fight for it. Okay, here we go. Inception 1 to 10. 3, 2, 1.
10.
Sixth Sense, 1 to 10. 3, 2, 1.
9.
10. Inception moves on.
And I'm trying to go off of what I best can remember my IMDb ratings to
Right.
be, and I know that I have Inception as a 10. I'm pretty sure I have Sixth Sense as a 9.
Saving Private Ryan versus Shawshank Redemption. Good gracious. 3, 2.
Hang on.
I know. We remember our context. This is which one would you rather go? Which one do you want to go back in time and watch for the first time all over again?
And let's see, what do we have here? Saving Private Ryan or
Ryan.
Shawshank?
Or Shawshank. This was
Okay.
the debate. We just had it.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Saving Private Ryan.
Yes.
Again, Shawshank, the better movie, I think. You may disagree, but I think.
I don't know which one I probably have them tied in my rankings.
Probably, yeah.
They're both so good to me.
But the grander scale, the action of Saving Private
Yes.
Ryan in a theater.
Gives that the edge.
Yes, gives it just
Yeah.
the edge. Empire Strikes Back versus The Prestige. 3, 2, 1.
Empire.
Endgame versus Maverick. Top Gun Maverick, Avengers Endgame. 3, 2, 1. Endgame.
I know that's where you're going. What do I think? Oh.
I don't know, Aaron. What do you think?
How close was that for you? Was it even remotely close?
Not that remotely close.
In game.
Okay. If we were gonna go 1 to 10, it'd be a 10 and a 7.
Okay. I think I probably have them both ranked as 10s.
Now,
So-
Maverick, fantastic movie. It's worthy of more than a 7.
Oh, okay.
But as far in this bracket,
In this.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
again, the cultural thing. Both movies have big, both movies have action. Both movies get your adrenaline pumping. One has more of a cultural moment. Inception versus I glitched my body, my mouth area. Inception versus Saving Private Ryan. I still messed up with it. 3, 2, 1. Inception.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to say was Inception.
It did come. You had a glitch.
Yeah, I had a
also.
glitch as
Yeah.
well. Inception.
Empire Strikes Back versus Endgame. Pick your Nerdvana, basically, is where we're going here.
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Empire. You want to know my reason? I did live through Endgame. I want to go back and experience Empire.
Same.
Inception versus Empire Strikes Back. Which movie could you go back in time and watch all over again for the first time? 3, 2, 1. Empire. Yep.
For that reason.
Same reason applies.
that
Absolutely. Yep. Congratulations, Empire Strikes Back. I believe, Aaron, if I'm not mistaken, that is the second time Empire Strikes Back has won a bracket of ours.
What? I remember what.
I think they won movie sequels.
Yes.
I think it won movie sequels. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way, shall we?
It may be the best thing today, but is it the best thing of all time? It's time for the best thing battle.
Well. Here we are. We've made it.
We have.
If you're unfamiliar with how this part of our show works, we have something we call the best things, or we don't even have a name for it, but every week it's the best things battle. We just played the bumper. that's how bumpers work. But we have it to where the current champion goes up against the reigning champion. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a 4-time rarefied air. You want to tell the people what ones have won before?
We have your team's success in our Bestie for the Resty Hall of Fame. We have money. We have steak, November, and Washington, D.C. There are five things that have won 5 times in a row.
Yeah.
This does not happen.
Doesn't have it.
Often.
We're well over 100 episodes. I think we're at like 120 something.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for a few years now. There are only 5.
Brisket as a 4-time winner.
Yeah. So
It is on the cusp
oh yeah.
of
So
entering
close.
the Hall of Fame.
But it has to face Empire Strikes Back. Star Wars.
Would you rather have brisket, or would you rather go back in time and experience Empire Strikes Back for the first time?
It's true. That's what we have to decide. And we're going to decide that in 3, 2, 1. Brisket.
Oh, when you hear that music, you know what time it is.
It's finally time
Yes, you
to
do. You know what time it is.
Ladies time. And the curtain's set to rise.
The madness has begun.
Hello, friends. Ready to make a few shining moments? The ball is tipped.
We have done it.
Back into the Hall of Fame.
The bestie for the restie.
It cannot be defeated.
Nope.
So rather than just continuing to let this win,
Yeah.
we're going to give a tip of the cap. We're going to salute Brisket.
We have hung it in the rafters. The banner has been hung.
I would love to have Brisket hanging in the rafters.
Absolutely.
I love Brisket.
Just right there. Just so you can smell it. Smell it the whole. You know, you brought that brisket chili. We woke up the next morning, came out of our bedroom. It smelled like barbecue.
Did it really?
Just for that little bit. Just for that little bit, our house smelled like barbecue. I was like, oh, it smells like barbecue. Like, yeah. Lauren's like, yeah, let's. We need to air it out. I'm like, no. Hold on a second. Oh, congratulations, brisket. Seriously, come on, give it up for the skit.
So that means that next episode we start with a blank canvas.
Yeah, blank slate. So who knows what will take the spot? What new thing could make a run? So we have 6 things now. We have said if we get to 8,
They'll have a Hall of Fame.
yeah, we'll have to have some kind of a tournament to see if or I guess when we get to 9.
When we get to 9.
Yeah.
Somebody gets bumped off the island.
Yeah, because we were only going to keep 8 in this Hall of Fame class.
Yep.
Yeah.
Something gets what is it? Relegated, like English League soccer, like Better Off Ted. Somebody's getting sent down to the minors.
You say Better Off Ted?
I did say Better Off Ted, and I meant Ted Lasso. I miss Better Off Ted.
I do too.
That was good.
We need to do a TV show we could go back and watch for the first time.
Yeah.
Better Off Ted would be one of those.
Yeah, we do need. Yeah.
It was so great watching it for the first time.
The other thing we need to do that I have had people ask me, and that they're a little annoyed with us that we haven't done it. They want the part 2 to Road Trip.
Yeah. You just
Whatever it was we did.
Yeah, Road Trip Attractions?
Yeah, roadside attractions.
Yeah, Roadside.
Yeah. So we started that at the beginning of the summer, and then we haven't given them part 2 of it.
That's called a cliffhanger,
I
ladies
have
and
had,
gentlemen.
believe it or not, there have been multiple people that said, please give us the second half of that list.
It's called a cliffhanger. It's called retention. We're going to keep you around as long as we can and then reveal it. We'll do it. Don't worry. We'll do it.
So we've got to do part 2 to that, but I think we've also got to do soon while it's still kind of fresh.
Yeah.
We should do TV shows.
We do. Yeah. That's going to go.
that you rewatch for the first time.
It's going to replace this on our board.
Yeah.
Okay, Aaron, you got anything else?
No.
Go watch one of the. If you have not watched one of these movies, go watch.
I guess Shutter Island has to go onto my list.
It really does. It really needs to.
Let's see. Is it available for streaming?
I believe so.
Is this one?
I own it, so I don't know.
Okay, you own it. Is that you own it?
Yes, it's
Wow,
really
you like
good.
it that much?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's absolutely it's Leo DiCaprio.
Yeah. Gets an 8.2 out of 1.5 million ratings. That's a
Good.
lot.
It's good, man.
That's a lot. So this is a Halloween movie.
I would say
Or you just say you watch it during the Halloween season.
you could, yeah. Just, I mean, it's a suspenseful movie because I know you. And if you get past Halloween, it's Christmas season. You're not watching this till January. So I'm saying watch it before October is up. So it can be August, September. It doesn't matter. Just watch it.
And this is
before October.
Scorsese.
Yeah. This is, to me, Scorsese's best movie. And I think I mentioned that in our director's episode, which we have done so many episodes that can be referenced. If you've never gone back and looked at our whole library, please do. My family does a Halloween party every year. My parents do, and they invite people over, and it's always themed somehow. And my sister-in-law, I guess we talked about this months ago. We were talking about what the theme is going to be this year, and she apparently made a reminder to remind all of us August 1 about this theme we came up with to see if we still wanted to do it. And the theme was fast food mascots.
Oh, we have a podcast on that.
I sent them the link to the podcast. I said, well, here you go in case you need a refresher. And then Lauren said, maybe we should just expand it to all foods. I said, guess what? We got you covered there.
We got that. We've done it.
So you can reference our pod with nearly every single topic out there. And there's something.
It brings something when you want to have a conversation with people.
Exactly.
We've got the goods.
Be the most educated people in the room. And if we don't give you a lot of educational content, you can at least say those two idiots on that podcast I listened to said this thing. Do you agree, or are they just idiots? And we're probably idiots, but whatever.
Says Shutter Island is on Paramount Plus. So
Great.
I guess I can watch this one.
Yeah, you need to.
I've got that.
It's fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, if you have nothing else, I have nothing else. Go watch a movie. Enjoy it for the first time. Savor the moment. Write down your feelings. Journal about it. Record a TikTok. Put it on the internet. Let people know. Do one of those reaction videos. That's what you should do. Just set up your phone the whole time you're watching. Just get your facial reaction.
Yeah.
See if you shed a tear on this one like you did Dancing in the Rain. Okay.
That's the ones you've got to watch.
I guess I need to watch it.
You got to watch that one.
We'll watch it. Okay. For the best things, I'm Craig.
I'm Aaron.
We'll talk at you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thanks for listening to the Best Things Podcast. If you liked today's episode, subscribe and leave us a review wherever you're listening now. And remember, connect with us on the socials at Best Things Pod, and you may hear your take on an upcoming episode.